Here we are. We're live. Welcome. All right, part two. Well, that's part two since the last time we got cut off. Anyways, we're back here with Lost Hombres. We're gonna do another bonus episode. I'm here with Alex, my cousin. So we're gonna be talking about a little bit more, expanding what we talked about last time. We'll be talking about magic, esoteric information. Talking about angels, demons, entities, spirits. Pretty much everything that has to do with the mystical world and the divinity. But anyways, so last time we did a couple things. I showed you like the basics of magic, kind of how it works. That human beings have spirit. Spirit is essentially the force to be able to control matter. To what extent can people do this? It's hard to know because imagine, gymnast.
Yeah,
What can they do with their body?
they can do gymnastics.
Incredible things, right?
Yeah,
How'd they get there?
they do a lot of training.
Physical training. So then if you want to be able to do things with your mind, you have to train it how? Very similarly, right? So as much as you can do insane, crazy things with your body when you're doing like gymnastics, you can do that same degree of crazy feats, but with thinking. But what does society push on you more? Physical or mental?
Physical.
So people get stuck where? Just for the physical.
Yeah.
And actually to a point where they want to get fake muscles, fake bodies, fake everything. And even education, they want to get the fastest certificate. But then they actually have no actual education.
Yeah.
They just get the certificate and like, look, I did it, but it doesn't actually teach them anything. So they're trying to get the quickest way to get to the end, but not the most meaningful way. And so that's something you're seeing within society, which is why a lot of people don't know how to use their mind to its full capacity. I think there was a movie called Lucy, and it was like Scarlett Johansson, and she took like a chemical and it made her like fully turn her brain on. And so the reason why most people don't use their full brains because they don't use what I would call their divinity, like their ability to like understand how everything's connected. And because of that lack of like insight, it prevents them from accessing understanding and higher knowledge. And or even like how I explained like how the sun and the earth work together, those just like little things like that. People, it's so easy once you understand it. But unless someone explains it to you, it's hard to see it on your own, even though it's literally right there, in front of you. But anyway, so that's what magic really comes down to, is the idea that your soul has more power than what you can see. Like that's why it's called more than meets the eye, like in Transformers.
Yeah.
Do you know Transformers is actually the original story of how Earth came to be?
Really?
The Transformers are actually the Anunnaki, which is the alien civilization that came. That's why in Transformers they talked about Megatron, which is the cube. In Christianity they talk about the Megatron, or like there's another name for it, but it's like the cube of life, and so they talk about it as well.
Yeah.
So the story of the Transformers is just the story of the Anunnaki in a new version.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you know who the Anunnaki are?
Yeah, you told me.
Space aliens. Yeah. Yeah. So that same story, a lot of these stories of creation. And that's why Jesus talks about the Old Testament, and he's talking about like how the demigods that were here, that we viewed as gods, because I mean, if they created us, we're going to call them God.
Yes.
If they genetically modified apes to make us into people, they would still be like God to us, right? But then once they leave, and we have sentience, and we're like, what the fuck are we doing? And so then we're like, wait a minute, what is the universe? And so then it's like, okay, they might have created us to have sentience, but there's something that created all of us that is even greater than these sentience. And then once you unlock that power, then those aliens don't really matter, because you realize there's a greater force acting upon nature. And so even if they were a part of our story, they were only a part of it to get it started. So even if they were the kickstart to our creation, whatever, then they are the kickstart to that foundation. But it doesn't matter because there's a greater universe.
Yeah.
So it's like if we made homunculi. You know what homunculi are?
I don't know.
They're human people hybrids. And so homunculi would be like trying to put animal parts in people. Like, you know, Spider-Man or whatever, like the universe, like the guy with like the lizard guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's what they try to do. They try to splice human DNA with animal DNA to try to make us like more, whatever. So if you took a thing and made it sentient, that would look at us like God if we were to make like another creature of some sort. So same concept. But eventually once that realized, wait, you're not God. Something made the universe. So something's bigger than you. And so then we'd realize they're not actually the God. They're just something living within the system that was the greater system.
Mhm.
But anyways, so that's kind of how magic and the idea of how we got here works. So does it really matter at the end who made us or how we got here? Not really, because at this time, like, we're sentient already. So it's like, might as well just what? Go with the flow.
Mhm.
You know? Okay. Anyways, and then we also watched They Live, which is
Sweet game.
a really good way to just look at how brainwashing works, how manipulation works. It's subtle. It's the messaging. It's on sale now. Get it. Don't forget. Buy now. Don't be last. Be first. Be first. It's the same. Like, look at the little quotes they put in there.
Yeah.
Last day for sale. Last day sale. Right? Sale feels like you're what? Cheating a system that they created.
Yeah.
To trick you to think you're what?
You're winning.
Win. That's all. It's like that. I mean, it's like when you see $4.99. Oh, it's only $4. No, it's $5.
No, it's $5. Yeah.
But that little 99, it's a treat. It's a cheap trick to what?
Throw you off.
Or even like how they have tax after. Why can't tax be part of it? Like, eat the tax. Why do I have to eat the tax? It's like, why? It doesn't make sense. But anyways, it's just how the system works. Also, why are taxes the main focus? Because who's the real person taking the money from you?
The government.
Your boss.
Oh.
So if you're making this much, how much are they making?
Oh, they're making more.
Way more.
Mm-hmm.
But you get mad at who?
At the government for the tax.
Because you see then what they take out. You don't see you don't see your boss's check versus what you make. You don't see the company's check versus what you make. You just see what the government did. So it's like an iceberg, where it's like your income, taxes, and then what your boss takes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here's what's funny. You started a job. Let's say you're making $25 an hour, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. But when you first start, you're going to suck, right? So how much are you going to really be able to produce?
Not much.
But what about a year from now? How much? How much did your pay go up?
Like $2 maybe.
$2, bro. You should. Hey, he thinks you're at $2, guys. Look, you get 50 cents. 50 cents. Okay, so you're making double profits. Yeah, and you're making 50 cents more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you save another year. How much more are you making now? How much more experience? How much more pay are you making?
50 cents more.
Another $1 more? But how much more are you bringing in? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you're using all this energy for this other person. You're making them all this money. And what do you get out of it?
Not much.
No. Just a false sense of security. You're his sense of security. Why? Because you keep working for him.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps making in. You're his sense of security. Because I need you to keep at that pay so that I can keep making what? My way.
Yeah.
So when you look at McDonald's, right, when we talk about the machine, okay, you put your money in, everybody cranks a knob, and what comes out?
A burger.
Okay. Once everyone's done working there, where do they go?
They get another job?
They go home, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're a little chicken. Okay, you're looking at McDonald's. What can you afford?
Not much. McDonald's.
So you go, and now you recover your little battery. Now where do you go back?
Back to McDonald's.
Every day you work there, how much are you actually learning about like life? Like how much life experience are you really gaining while you're there?
You don't get anything.
And so if you're there for 5-6 years, how much did you actually grow as a person? How easy is it to replace you?
They could replace you just like that.
What about if you were a mechanic?
Then you get a lot of experience.
So can they replace you?
Not really.
Because every day you work there, you're probably going to end up working with what?
New stuff.
And that new stuff gives you
more experience.
That experience adds your value. Yeah. That's actually what value is. It's not the experience. It's what you do in that experience because nobody can replicate that. So when you're working for a company that you don't gain any real experience, you're actually doing yourself a disservice and you're doing them a benefit. That's why the elite prefer that we continue jobs that are really easy to replace, dumbed down jobs, because then we're just like a part.
Yeah.
And I can just put a new one and throw you away. But what did I leave you with? Medical bills, problems, health issues, stress, whatever. It doesn't matter. New person. The new part for the
machine. Yeah. I just cranked them up.
And that is the machine. That is the machine. Where's the soul at? There is none. All the soul goes into working
It's a machine.
Everyone wants to copy Nana's tamales, but I always tell them you can't copy her tamales because she makes it with what?
With your soul.
She understands the masa. She understands the flavor. She understands. She feels it. She works with it. She's like making a song. It's like you can replicate a song, or it's your song, and you know how it flows because it's your. And so she's essentially spellcrafting. Because what is spellcrafting? It's a ritualistic behavior where you put these elements together, and if you do this certain ritual, it ends up becoming what? A thing. That's alchemy. Yeah, you take 2 chicken eggs and a rye of the wheat and and you're mixing that shit up with fire and boom. Now, how'd you get that? How do we know how to make this recipe? It was what? Passed down by generation like a spell. What is a spell? It's a recipe.
Yeah.
Literally, when you're going to cast a ritual, you have to go collect what?
The stuff. Just
as much as if you're going to make tamales. You have to go collect the stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have to do it a certain specific way. What do you call that? A ritual. And when you do that one ritual, you get tamales. It's like whatever it may be, but that was passed down all these generations. That's how we know how to do it. That's cool. So we're copying the same energy. That's why people are like, oh, we're going to commercialize. No, you're not. You can't. You're commercializing something that comes from the heart.
Yeah.
You can't commercialize that. If you're going to do that, you're going to make you're going to falsify it. You're going to make it like really like sugary and really whatever because it's crap. So you're going to like trick the brain into thinking you're eating something good, but it's actually horrible for you because it doesn't have that love. Yeah. Yeah. That's most of the world right now. A lot of lack of soul in products.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not a lot of the passion for things as much. What do you see right now being promoted to young people? What do they tell you guys is the problem for the youth right now? Because I bet you they're giving you all these like, oh, kids are this or that, or like, what are the warnings from school the kids are doing these days?
From school, I'd say they definitely say like screens and like all that type of stuff. They say obesity rates are high.
Why is that? Why is obesity high?
Because of the products that they're selling. Like it's not really like the problem of like the people. Like it's more of the food that they're offering you for like that type of stuff. Like what they're making, it's not very good.
Yeah, what they're making is not good. Yep, that's one. What about people that are giving you that food? Who is the person usually giving you these foods?
Oh, it's like the
parents.
Yeah, the parents.
And so parents should also work on what? Educating themselves, right? How many parents actively live a healthy life? Aren't hypocritical, right? Actually lead by example, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an idea of how like parents should parent, right? So 0 to 5 is feeling land. So parents should just be helping you how to process your
feelings.
That's it. 6 to 11, it's who you are. So they just should be supporting what? Your individual, like the things that you like, who you are. 'Cause that's like your soul coming out. And then when you're 12 and up, they should help you manage your stress. Because you're going to stress by yourself. You don't need to teach them. You should stress about this, and you should stress about this. And did you stress about this too? Oh my God, right? Wait till you grow up and this and that and that and that. Okay, let me get there first.
Yeah.
Let me like experience that, and then we'll have that conversation. So what happens, a lot of parents will tell kids what to feel, tell kids what to like, and tell kids what to think. And that's not what kids need. What do they need?
They need guidance.
How can you tell a plant how to grow?
You can't.
You just love it how it grows. You don't decide this rose only has 2 flowers. Oh no. You gotta let it and just love that flower. You don't plant the seed to have a perfect exact plant. You just plant the seed to see what it grows into. And that's what parents should do. They should allow that process. So help manage feelings so that you trust your gut. Help manage your personality so you can follow your heart. And then help you understand your mind so you know how to focus it instead of stress out about more than I just need to focus on. Yeah. Now, how many parents do you think struggle with those 3 things I just told you?
Most of them.
They don't teach you how to manage feelings. They don't teach you how to support who you are. They don't teach you how to manage your stress. They just tell you what you're supposed to do with these things, but they don't actually show you. They'll be like, don't do it that way, but they don't actually guide you. and they just make fun of you as their way of what? Like making you learn, but that doesn't actually teach you anything. Right?
Yeah.
Another thing is a lot of parents will teach you be better, but then when you get to a cycle where you start feeling what? Like it's never good enough. And so you start living in hell. I ever told you that? You live in hell? When you try to be more, you always feel what? Like you're less. And when you act less, you always feel like you should have done more. So then you always are what? Más o menos. Más o menos, pero nunca.
Never know.
Suficiente. Even when parents are like, oh, do this, this, and this, and you do all that, and sometimes it's still what?
Still not enough.
And you're like, bro. I remember, what was that? I lost the weight, and my mom used to make fun of me about it. And I lost the weight, and instead of being like, hey, I'm so proud of you for all those years that she would be like, you should lose the weight. I lose the weight. She's like, oh, what? You want me to, what? Your show off now? And you're like, where's the opposite? Like, I was waiting for you to be like, you know what? You're right. You earned it. Like, you earned it. No, it was, oh, what? You want to show off now? So what was the point of harassing me all those years? What was the point? Is it just because you were trying to just be mean or evil? And at some point you have to just say, maybe they aren't. And it's hard to accept that. It's hard to accept that people might have malintention. But, you know, I've also seen, did you know what in Halloween, why they have to check your candy? You know the story behind that?
Why?
There was a kid that died from a pixie stick having cyanide in it.
Oh, yeah.
You know who did it?
I know about that.
His dad.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Insurance money.
Oh, I've heard about that story, actually.
That's why we check candy. Because he said someone poisoned his kid. Never happened. It was actually him. He had the cyanide at his house. He gave his kid the pixie stick. He killed him so he could get the insurance money. I ever told you that money's the root of all evil?
Yeah.
See what could be. Look at Erica Kirk right now. She said, I didn't date Charlie Kirk. I didn't date anybody 5 years prior to him. There's pictures of her that she did. Right? Charlie Kirk said, I hate Nicki Minaj. She literally puts Nicki Minaj up on stage and it's like, look at her go. I'm like, yeah. For being so caring, you don't know his message at all, and you're like using his whole program as a mockery after his death.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, so if you think someone couldn't do it, you're already being tricked. That's already the lie. So just know that people they have the potential to be bad people in the right circumstances. And again, not all of them even know they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You know how people, unless people call them out, they'll just keep what?
They'll keep doing it.
That's why sometimes I'm just like, Another thing that I always tell people, everybody has their own demons they have to fight. So you have to think of which ones are yours. And it's those people that you're not going to get rid of. They're going to be part of your life. And you just know you're going to have to be the one that shows them the way at some point. They're not ready yet. It's like right now, look, me and you, what are we talking about?
Life.
We're talking, right? Life. Like, what is the meaning of life? Like, how do we learn? How do we build? How do we grow? How do we advance? How do we develop? We're actually talking about meaningful stuff. And what are they talking about?
Nothing.
You see my point?
Yeah.
And then they get mad at you like you're the problem. And you're like, what are you talking about? What? And then you can't even question their reality, or it's like you're the antivirus, but in a good way. You're breaking the system that's trying to what? Control. So what's the difference between force and power? Okay. The people that are demons, they want to use power because power is a good way to what? Control. But good people use force. Does that make sense? It's force versus power because force, you can't move me. Yeah. You can't fuck with this. But I'm not going to control you because they're wanting to use force or power. I use force.
Power is like controlling.
Yeah. Force is fertility. Like, you're not going to fuck with me. So like people like Trump and stuff have a lot of power, but no what?
No force. Because everything gets to them. But
they're a glass cannon. They will fucking shatter like this. Yeah. So yeah, they're a cannon, but at what cost? That you can spread out all this shit, but the second someone comes at you, you fall apart. Yeah. So that's why you want to use power, but only as a necessary means. That's why, again, we only react. We react like water because water is the best way to react, right? Water is really solid.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit water, it's just going to hit you what?
It's going to hit you right back.
The same exact, not more or less, just literally what? Enough. Mm-hmm. And that is an unstoppable force with an immovable, boom, we're not moving here.
Yeah.
That's why they use water in hydraulics.
Yeah.
Because it's so powerful that it can handle any pressure.
Yeah.
It won't waver. That's how strong water is. You're made out of water.
Yeah.
You literally are a walking water vessel. And so you have the strength of this hydraulic system to deal with pressure if you really want to. Mm-hmm. Another amazing thing about water is if people fight water, they'll just drown themselves. But if you hold your breath, you actually float. And so it teaches you a lot about having a good conversation with somebody. If you keep fighting someone that's calm, you're just going to drown yourself in your own what? In your own fighting.
Yeah.
And you go unconscious. What do people do when they go Hulk mode?
They just
go unconscious.
Yeah, just go unconscious.
Because they fight so much that they lose their mind. But if you hold your breath and just float and just go with the flow, we have a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that means you need to just stop talking and just start listening and thinking. And you're going to have a much better conversation.
Yeah. What's it called? For a lot of people, I feel like when they're having a conversation, right? Most people, what they do is they're just waiting for their turn to talk, right? And so you stop listening to other people because you're thinking about what you're going to say next, but you stop thinking for what the person's about to say right now.
Exactly. You're not enjoying the process of the conversation. Mm-hmm. It's not a conversation anymore. Mm-hmm. It's a lecture at that point. Or it's like you're not enjoying the moment. But that happens a lot with teenagers, mm-hmm. right? I say it's something I tell parents all the time. Parents. Teenagers don't think.
No, they definitely don't.
They don't. They do things on impulse. See, God just told us that. You saw that?
I saw that.
You saw that. That's what he tells me. You saw it. Hey, I say something, he says facts. That's how it works. You saw it. It just happens to me all the time. I'll be saying something and goes, I'm like, all right. Because it's done. The light in me is more than just here, but I've had some experience with the light, man. It starts messing with you, and you're like, oh, man. You mess with me. That's why we see fire as like a mystical thing, but it's like the next thing in line right now. Mm-hmm. Anyways, okay. Teenagers, they don't think. Mm-mm. So the way teenagers operate is this, all right? And you can test this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, this has been childhood up until. So first, like I said, is feelings. Mm-hmm. So kids are learning how to feel. That's why they put everything what?
In their mouth. And
they're touching and they're feeling, because they're just learning how to feel the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day God gives you the keys. What do you say?
It's all yours.
Yours, buddy. Go. I've got you this far. You ate Legos and didn't die, bitch. Let's go. Yeah. And now you're like, what do you say? Say it. My name is
Alex.
And tell me about you. Who's Alex? Well, tell him.
You're gonna pick whatever you want.
Alex likes this. Alex likes that. He's telling them, right? Mm-hmm. He's telling people, I like that car. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
You start reading your what? Preferences. Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm an individual. I have preferences now. That's right. What now? I don't like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the first time they start really thinking is around 12.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who do they think about? What's the first layer?
Other people.
But where? What other people specifically?
Their friends.
Damn right. Damn right. It's keeping up with the Joneses.
Mm-hmm.
It's keeping up with your peers. It's 12. That's why. How many 2 guys, 1 girl friendships get ruined quickly?
Yeah. Because
of teenage years. Why are you talking to him more? What? I don't know. I like you now. We've been friends for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But you don't like me then? What? Is that not good enough for you? What's happening? We used to be cool. It wasn't weird before. Well, you're making it weird now. If you're going to pick him, fuck you. All right. So 12 is other people, but it's just friends. At 16, they start thinking about their future. Hell no. Parents aren't going to live. Like,
that's later.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So 16 is their future.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I'm going to do this. It's like a baby when they're like about to walk, but they don't what? They keep planning it. Like you can tell where they're going to walk to, but they're like.
They just don't want.
This is a teenager. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do what you do about it. Shut up. I'm gonna do that too, right? So it's a lot of what? Planning, but not a lot of what?
Not a lot of
Doing. Now, 20. What happens?
I don't know.
Independence. I want to move out. I'll live in a car. I don't care. I'll live with cockroaches. Fuck it. Like, I don't care. I'll live with 10 people. It's better than here. At least I can make my own rules and figure it out, because you need to what? You're trying to grow. You're trying to grow. You already dug roots. You're trying to now make branches. Try to branch out. You already know your roots. You already got all your basics. Damn, I just dropped some knowledge on you. You're like, wait a minute. Why you, whoa. Are you saying that we root first and then we grow and then we flower at the end? Whoa. What is that? It means you're mature enough to create life. Oh, that's why trees have organs. Oh, that's why fruit comes from. Oh, anyways, that's right. You nasty. You're eating the aftermath of a tree getting it on. Tastes sweet, huh? Tastes fruit, forbidden fruit, huh? Why can you call it Adam's apple? Oh, Adam's apple. You know why? You know what the apple is?
Yeah.
What is it? Apple what?
The apple of eating.
Good and evil. Good and evil. So when you eat it, you have to realize what? Oh, there's some fucked up people out there. It's like when you finally get that Disney joke.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what they meant the whole time? Damn, Disney, you dirty. You dirty, Disney. Yeah. But you don't notice those jokes until what? You're actually able to. You can't understand it. You're not able to until you finally. It makes sense. So 20 is independence. 25 is you're finally what?
You're done. Done.
And there's a way to know this. Where's your prefrontal cortex? And that's the last part of your what?
That's your brain.
So that's when your third eye opens. That's when you bloom. That's when you finally can receive what you're like, oh, damn, my parents were actually kind of low-key right sometimes. Damn. Maybe there is people trying to make the frogs gay. Damn, maybe there is something to this like hell thing. I don't know. But anyways, you start to actually look at the world and be like, damn, maybe there is some stuff to like the way this operates, and it's not that easy. But again, how do you have perspective until you what?
Until you get there.
And the Matrix is calling us. We better get back to the CIAs after this. Anyways, so that's how the development works. And if you understand this about a kid, then you know that if they're 17 and they didn't think about it, then you probably should be asking them what? What were you thinking?
Oh, yeah.
Because what are they always going to say?
They didn't think.
You know how many times I tell parents that?
Yeah.
And they're like, they come back to me and they're like, fuck, I thought about what you said and it's true. Why is it like this? I'm like, what are you at? That's like asking a seed why it takes forever to grow into a tree. What the? I don't understand parents when they think. Now, okay. Now watch this. All right. So that's just to get to adulthood. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have a seedling, all right, or you have a baby, you have a child, okay, would you give it boiling water?
No.
No, right? Would you give it frozen water?
No.
What kind of water would you give it?
Room temperature.
So why, when their blood is boiling, do they feel like they need to give you advice? It doesn't make sense, right? Because they're just going to what? Traumatize the fuck out of you. What about their ice cold, right? And they give you what? Energy.
Yeah.
It feels what?
It feels cold.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Why you touch me? Suffer with me. You know, when I was your age, I had to suffer too. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You don't know how to suffer. That's what's wrong with. Damn, thought that was supposed to be better, not worse. What happened? Damn, fool, you have to shake the tree to know the storm's coming. What the fuck? Wait till the storm hits. I will. I thought you'd be there supporting me and show me, not traumatize me and then be like, wait till it happens. Be like, oh my God, my dad told me this would happen. No, my dad told me when this would happen, I wouldn't be able to do it. Anyways, just throwing that out there for you. Not traumatize you real quick. But yes, parents are supposed to teach you how to what? Work through these emotions, work through these problems. You know, it's the worst thing a parent can do, tell you how boring and horrible it is to grow up. If they tell you that all the time, are you going to be incentivized to grow up? What do you feel like grown-ups like?
It's boring.
Hell. Más o menos. It's más o menos.
Yeah.
That to me is hell. If someone says más o menos, that's already hell for me. I'm good. That's why I tell people, if you want your kids to look up to you, then maybe be worth somebody looking up to. And they'll be like, when I was your age. Oh, you're not, bitch. Oh, you're not my age anymore.
Yeah.
So show me how to be your age. I'm like, damn, I want to be like that when I'm their age. Damn, and now that, damn, like, think of my kids, right? When they start getting to your age.
Yeah.
And I'm their dad. Okay? So imagine me as your dad, right? And you're like, wait, that's my dad. He has a whole arc story to him. Oh, my dad, this is my dad when he was young. Look, this is my dad when that's like, you want to show your dad off. Because you show up to, imagine I show up to the school. All the kids are like, who the fuck is that guy? Why? Because I have what? Presence. I have myself. I know who the fuck I am. I'm aware of me. What does every teenager want to look up to?
Their parents. Somebody
that has presence, awareness, somebody that knows what to do, somebody knows how to live. Not somebody. Where are we gonna park?
Yeah.
And help me. You know, sad. Even the fucking Addams family wasn't that much of a monster. You know, they were all loving and nice and shit. They look crazy, but they were all loving and nice amongst each other. Hello, how are you? Oh, that's beautiful. How's your day going? All right, look, our families. And what are you doing today? And why haven't you helped me at all? Do you even care about me at all? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I being traumatized? But anyways, why do you like that? Well, when I was your age. Anyways. Yeah. So those are the things that you can see affect kids. Now let's talk about trauma, right? So 0 to 6 is the age of feelings. So if parents tell you, ¿por qué estás llorando? No llores. Todo está bien. Ya ponte bien. Ya cálmate. What are they teaching you?
To suppress it.
And so what happens?
You just get it all up. Bottle it up.
And then you what? Pop. And when you pop, you what? Ah! And then you're like, and then they're like, ah, why are you doing that? And then you're like, and it's what? Because every time you start to feel something, you try to what? Suppress. Suppress. Try to suppress needing to pee. And eventually you're going to pee yourself. Just like you're going to piss yourself right off because I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in. I'm being good, right? And all your focus goes on what now?
I'm just suppressing.
And then where's your soul? Gone. And then what do they all say about you? Ay, porque siempre estás callado. Because you're like, I don't know how to process any of this. And if I tell anybody, I get made fun of. And it doesn't work out. And so I'd rather just shut the fuck up and not do anything. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So that comes from 0 to 6. I don't know how to feel. 6 to 11 is when they make fun of who you are, right? Ay, no te gusta eso, te vas a jugar. No, tienes que ser como yo. Tienes que ser, no. And everything that you say is lame. Everything you say is wrong. Everything they make fun of. They don't want to ever try what you like. They never. So then you end up feeling like what?
Like there's something wrong with you.
Wow. So you start having deficits in your personality. And so if you have a low foundation, what happens when you get to middle school and now you care about friends? What do you start filling those gaps with?
With what they like.
But that's mixing with what? And now you're starting to feel like you're starting to get that what? Imposter syndrome. And it all came from where?
From
the foundation. And now I don't know how to feel. I don't know who I am. And now I don't trust people. Because 6 to, actually I haven't gotten to that one yet. 12 to 24 is trust. So when parents say I'm going to show up on time, they're supposed to what?
Show up on time.
And not show up late and then blame you for why'd you sign up for this? You knew I had a hard day. Did I want you to remind me what? No responsibility. If they fuck up, they'd rather blame the kid and stress you out instead of just taking what?
Taking accountability.
Exactly, right? But because they're doing that, you start to lose faith in who? The world, right? So then you don't trust anybody. So imagine now you've been traumatized with your feelings, your personality, and your ability to think. Yeah. I don't know what I feel. I don't know who I am. I don't trust people. What's going to happen when you become an adult?
You're not going to grow up.
You're either going to become really like people-pleasing or really taker. And these people end up what?
Conflicting.
Getting together. A giver and a taker.
Yeah.
But then if someone's anxious, the other person's going to get what? What's the opposite? Depressed. Yeah. So if I'm like this, you're going to end up being like what? Because no matter what you say, it's not going to change their what? Their mind.
Their mind, yeah.
but they're still going to affect your what? The way you feel. So they keep trying to rip you to open up, and you keep wanting to what? Close off. And what's happening? Someone's going to react. Someone's going to hit you for not opening up, and it's your fault because you close off, and I don't know what's going on. I freak out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? But if somebody also punches back, stop trying to open me. I told you, leave me the fuck alone. You keep trying to open me. I told you, I just care about you. See what happens here? You see how many couples are going to do that? That's not normal, huh? No, because we're supposed to actually be what? Now, you want to know the secret to couples? Why they fuck up? All right. So the way it's supposed to work is we're supposed to work into the day together, play at night together, and rest. Right? So we work, play, rest. When we work together, we stress together. So if I'm doing, okay, watch this. If I send your sister to go play and make you do chores, who's going to get pissed off first? She's going to get pissed off. She gets to play and you have to do chores? That's backwards. Okay.
No. I'll get pissed off. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
No.
She'll get mad that she gets to go play and watch you do chores. I was like, wow, maybe she is a good sister. Okay.
No.
Okay. Wow. I was like, damn, this is impressing me. Somebody actually has a heart. Wow. No, usually they're like, yeah, I'm going to go play. And you're like, why do I have to do it?
Yeah.
Well, you're the oldest. And So anyways, if someone's working and somebody's not, are they on the same wavelength? No, right? So the fighting's already what?
It's already starting. Without
them even what? Talking. They're already on a different wavelength. Because if I'm stressed out and you start making jokes, I'm going to what? Get mad.
Yeah.
You start seeing why they're fighting?
Yeah.
Because if I'm stressed, I expect everybody to what?
Also be stressed.
Yeah, as a team, we get it done, right? If I'm at job and someone's on their phone texting away, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Whoa, bro, we're getting paid the same, and we're doing what? Not the same work, right? So when we're a couple, we got to work as a team, stay stressed together, right? Because that's how respect is made. And then we want to play together because that's how love is sustained, right? Right? That's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to have fun together. If I'm relaxed and you're relaxed, everyone's what? Everyone's fucking chilling. Now, when we go to bed, we got to go to bed together. Why? It's that what?
You got to stay on the same wavelength.
It's that same. Now, if you want to be by yourself, when's the best time to do that?
When you're stressed?
In the morning. Who doesn't want to get up in the morning? Who wants to be in the bed by themselves? But who can start their day early and fresh?
Yeah.
And just by look, not only do you get time to yourself, you get to be by yourself. You get to be in the sun by yourself. No one wants to be up when you're up. By the time you get home, you are seen like the man of the day. And all you do is go on a walk and make yourself coffee. But by doing that, you're already like, wow, he's so productive. He gets up every morning, walks.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I walked for like half an hour. Not that bad. But to everybody else, it's like a miracle. Right? And so again, if you plan your day, you stress during the day, because that's what, okay, look, the sun shows you. When the sun comes up, when you look at the sky, what does it do? Oh, fuck no, right? You can't.
Yeah.
But look at the ground. You can see what?
Everything.
Oh, damn. It's almost telling you, get to work, bitch. Get up. Get to work. Go. Sweat. Come on, move that body. Right? You feel incentivized.
Yeah.
It's electrifying you, right? It's burning you. Oh, damn. All right, I'm getting up, son. I'm getting up. All right. You know, the sun gets you up in the morning. Now, when the sun goes away, what can you not see anymore?
The ground.
But what can you see up? Before they, hid it from us. But back in the day,
it's stars.
And then what else do you see?
The moon.
And then what is it reflecting on you?
The sun.
It's telling you to reflect on your.
On your day.
Am I cooking?
Yeah.
Is this making too much sense? So you reflected, you calculated your destiny, you talked to your bitch. What's up, girl? And you're hanging out, look at the stars and shit. She's collecting herbs, and you're calculating shit. You're like, oh, that's this, right? This is what we used to do. We used to hang out after talking to a jaguar or whatever in the spirits. Back when life was good. So the moon's out, and then at some point, like everything gets really what? And that's God telling the whole planet, go to fucking sleep. Everything on the planet goes to bed at the same time, pretty much. Everything, because lights are gone. No one can see shit. And you're not going to mess with 30 humans hanging out because it's fuck that. I'm not going over there. You wouldn't go with the gorillas. How do you think they feel with us? Hell, there's like 50 of them over there. Hell, I make weird noise and shit. Their range is all over the place. Hell, no, they mimic animals I don't even know exist. I'm running away from that thing. Right? So that should be how humans used to be. And so, again, when you look at how we used to operate with the sun and the moon, and then at night, what are we doing? We go, the sun's on the other side of the planet. What's it doing to us? It's pulling us what?
Pulling down.
Literally. It's pulling us down to get to what? Dreaming. So that when it comes back, it's what? Because this used to be your PlayStation. Where does Lord of the Rings come from? Like all these concepts.
Yeah, it's for your mind. Yeah.
You were making this shit, bro. What if? And then every night you go to bed, what were you playing? Your fucking game, the game that you wanted to play, and you get to experience. You are being the dungeon master in your own dream. Like you're rendering your own dream, and you're making it seem like you don't even know you're the like in a dream. You don't even realize it's a dream because you're like, well, that's life. It's the universe is doing that to you now, right? You're in a dream reality. And the universe is literally doing the same thing that you're doing in your dreams, where you're tricking yourself like you're not in control. Who the fuck else is in control of your dreams? It's you, but you don't even, in your own dream, you're like, who's in charge here? As if you're not the one in charge. Yeah. But you still have the disbelief in your own mind that you can give up power. And for a little bit, what? Just believe that I am different from myself. And that's how the universe operates in the same way. We're the universe experiencing the universe experiencing the universe. Yes, literally.
That's cool.
Yeah. So just like you in your dream, you trick yourself to think you're not in control because it's more fun that way. So that's what they say. The original religion for like Hinduism was essentially that the god wanted to convince himself to split himself into like pieces because he got bored. So he split himself into pieces and forgot he was God. And so that was and he put himself on the earth, and everyone's job is to remember their God again. Oh yeah, I'm God. But it'd be boring if I didn't remember, if I was just bored, you know? Again, like if Thanos won, he's like, well, what do I do now? Yeah. Like, okay, go ahead. Just go Minecraft mode and creative and tell me it won't get boring after a while. Like you will run out of what? Stuff to do. Ideas. Yeah. Because you need a little bit of chaos. And when you get a little bit of chaos, you get a little bit of variety, everything starts to come into place. Yeah. So yeah, isn't this wow how easy the universe is, but how complicated everybody makes it? Yeah. What do you think that is? Look at the school system, how it's built. Why is it built that way? What's it for? What have you learned?
You learn stuff.
Like what?
Like
it's exactly what. The stuff I've taught you in like what, a couple days, I bet you this is stuff you're never gonna what?
They don't teach you that in school.
How are you gonna forget any of the stuff I taught you? You can't.
You can't.
But it's all what? It's all true. It's all in front of you. You'll never forget it because it's actual what? Knowledge. They're not knowledge. They're not giving you knowledge. They're giving you instruction. The difference. If you want to gain knowledge, you have to ask a lot of what?
Questions.
How many questions do you get to ask in class?
Not many. Maybe like 2 per class.
Wow. That's not learning, is it? Yeah, they're telling you what you need to know and why you need to know. And why do you think, again, so I showed you some topics in that book. Those are topics you've heard of in some way.
Yeah.
Right? But you never heard them the way I said them. Why is that?
Because they don't want to teach you that way.
They want you to know to make you think that you know, but you actually have no idea. It's the same thing religion does to people that are Christian. If you believe just what your church says, then you actually don't understand the word. Yeah. Because you're just accepting what this guy tells you. It sounds really beautiful and nice. Oh, it's so great. Oh, but is he really speaking the word? And if you're not really studying what the word even means, do you really understand it yourself? It's the same thing with school, right? So if a school's teaching you a subject, that's why is it teaching this subject? Where does this principle come from? Why are they pushing this agenda? Like who's benefiting from this? Because everything with the school system, you can't even get the school system to like want to feed children, okay? And you think they're going to feed you knowledge? They won't even feed you physically, give you food, okay? They want to close libraries down. What are they feeding? Like, do you understand? Like, what is education at that point other than just a control? And why do they have testing? Why do they have the GATE program? Do they even have that anymore?
What was
the GATE program?
I think
Gifted
I've
and
heard of it.
talented education.
I've heard of it, but we don't have that anymore. Nah.
You want to know what the GATE program was?
What?
Oh man. Okay. So it's the elite looking for psychic children. Like straight up. They used to put these tests in front of kids and they get you to like do these mathematics and these things and see if you could figure out whatever. Because that was their way of testing for kids to see if they had abilities. That's because of MK Ultra. You ever heard of that? That's what Stranger Things is based off of.
Really?
This was the CIA was studying. Oh yes, mind control.
That's
yes. Cool. Oof. Oof. Oh, cool. But you're right. They've essentially were pushing people to their absolute limits to see what psychic abilities they could find in people. And so the GATE program was a way of finding those children in the population. So there's actually a prophecy. You want to hear about it? You ever heard of the never-ending story? Okay. There's a prophecy called the Moonchild. And the Moonchild is a gifted child from, the stars, because they're doing a lot of rituals right now to summon the Moonchild. And so they think that the Moonchild is the one that will bring the end to the darkness, the evil. So evil is always looking for what? Its next Moses. Its next prophecy child. Because they know God will keep what? Sending prophecy children. There needs to be a Luke. The empire is too strong. It's literally killing the world.
Yeah.
So we need Luke. Luke has to show up. And they're trying to what?
They're trying to make him show up.
But they're trying to what? What are they going to do with him?
They're going to try to control him.
They're trying. Yes. You understand now? Just like what? Star Wars. What did they try to do? Join the what, Luke?
Join the dark side.
Yes. Join me. I'm your father. Join, right? But he knew he had to be the what? And he had to lose his arm in the process. But he knew he had to bring balance, and this wasn't the way. Because he figured out force is more stronger than power. Yeah. Right? Because he had a lot of power. The Anakin had a lot of power, but he lacked what? Force. Right? He was strong, but he didn't know how to wield. He didn't know how to be strong here in his force. That's what we're dealing with now. So they want the Moonchild. They believe the Moonchild will synchronize with the warrior. So the Moonchild and the warrior will bring the end to evil. It's like Zelda.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right now.
No, fucking joke. That's actually what they think. So Ganon is what? The evil right now, sacrificing people, hurting, using the evil, using power to what? But again, it's the what?
Triforce.
Hey! What up? Where's it at? Anyways. I mean, hey, listen. Anyways, yeah, that's the theory that they're summoning the Moonchild, and they're afraid that the Moonchild will show up. And
that's basically like how Christianity believes that Jesus will come back one day.
That's the Moonchild.
It's the Moonchild, yeah.
Yeah,
it's just different stories, but it's like all the same.
It's
same
all
idea.
all the same. Krishna is all the same as Jesus. They're all the same. It's the same cycle. Someone has to bring order. Yeah. And they are trying to prevent it. They are trying to hold their power. They know it's going to come. And all they can try to do is what? Ganon knows Link's coming. Yeah. He's trying to find every way what? But the more that you spread yourself out there, the harder it is to what? The more you show that your colors of that you're a virus. And the antivirus will come up. You will become the antivirus. Yeah. The antivirus is destined to happen. Yeah, sure. It's literally a battle of good and evil. Yeah. What are your thoughts on what I shared today?
That's interesting. I don't know. It's a lot to think about, but yeah.
But yeah, you want to be taught these things in school. That's why I always tell kids don't focus so much on college. Focus more on your experiences. It's really what you do with your life that matters a lot more than college. Yeah. Because again, colleges are just the same thing. They're a system of control. I had professors that were very uneducated, very unprofessional, but you couldn't do anything to them. They had tenure. And once they had that tenured slot, you're not doing anything to them. So you're at the mercy of them, which is very weird, especially when you have this power dynamic with people and they could just not like you. and fuck you completely over.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because you're there to learn, not be like held back by somebody. But yeah, that's why with me, like all the stuff that I'm researching, everything that I'm learning about, this is the best way to power yourself, right? Like to research, to learn, to keep growing, to understand, because this is real power, right? This is something they can't take away from you.
Yeah.
So the more you understand, and why is it important that your roots touch hell?
So that
you get perspective, right? Because I know how people can be. So when I become a better me, people don't affect me anymore.
Affect you.
Because I saw where I was when I was like them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those energies. I remember that self-hate. I remember that disrespect. I remember those ways I used to feel. And now I can say, I don't let that affect me anymore. And I understand your pain now. I can have empathy. Empathy is when you take the mind and body and you add them. That's why it's called common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense. Common comes from the what?
From the mind.
Senses come from the body. Common sense.
That's cool.
Emotional intelligence. Common sense. That's why people don't have common sense. Because like what did you say earlier? They don't use their what?
They don't use their mind. So
you can't have common sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, you have a lot of sense, but you have no thought.
No thought.
So it's not common at all. That's why common sense isn't very common anymore. Because it would require you to actually use your mind and body. That's why it's Jesus said coherence. You need to cohere. Coherence. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, your heart's very powerful. It's literally creating plasma. So your heart makes a beat, right? So think about the three things that make up all reality: electricity, magnetism, and sound. Does that sound familiar? What is your heart made of? Electricity. Sound. Put your ear. Can you not what?
You can hear, yeah.
And magnetism. What is magnetism?
Oh, yeah, it's like...
Yeah, high, low, high, low, high, low. Boom, boom, boom. How do you think it's expanding? What's that? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Same thing for an atom. Remember, as above, so below. That's why the apple looks like that. Oh, also, and you know, a fun fact, every turtle shell represents all the months of the moon.
Yeah.
You can see the entire the calendar on the back of a turtle.
I don't know. That's cool.
All the lunar calendar. That's why they literally say we are also on a what? A turtle. Not only because of the donut shape, but because all turtles have the same shell design. And it's a calendar. Hey, I told you, God's funny, man. He wants to make crabs. He's made like 5 different species back into crabs. Yeah. You can't tell me that's random. What? You keep getting the same shape? It keeps coming back? Why? He likes crab. That's what it's like, crab people. Yeah. Talk like crab. Eat like people. I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, so that's he keeps making crabs. Ironically.
Crabs. They say before the dinosaurs there was crabs.
Yeah, no, they've been around. There's crabs in the fucking volcanoes. Like, what's up, bitches? Okay. Like fucking down there in the pressure, like. And what's funny, every time humans are like, there's no way life could live there. We found life. I don't think we even know what life means at this point. Yeah. I think we're just anyways, yeah. Even like NASA and all that, but that's a whole other conversation. Again, I believe scientists. I don't believe government agencies. You see the difference now? Scientists get killed by who?
By the government.
So who do I believe more? The scientists, not the government entities. Once you start working for the government, you start liking your what?
Your money.
All your values to go down the drain.
Yeah.
That's why everything got always what? Follow the money. You know Captain Planet? Why it was made up? You remember Captain Planet? You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so Captain Planet was a hero who had a mullet and he had a Speedo. Yeah, and he was like this guy, and like these 5 kids were like Earth, fire, wind, water. You know, like our powers combined, we get Captain Planet. And he would like fight like corporations, like corporate greed, like oil monopolies, like, you know. And it was this guy who was the reason he made the show, he was a guy who was making what was it? Is it with like wind turbines or green energy, some kind of green energy.
Mm-hmm.
And the lobbyists shut him down, so he got so mad that he made that TV show. It's like a fucking Captain Planet pitch, and it actually did really well.
That's awesome.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, lobbyist, I'll make my own TV show, and I'll make it about loving the planet. What's up, fools? And corporate greed's bad. Now what? And he has a mullet and spandex and a 6-pack. Yeah, and it's green. What up, homie?" Anyways, well, thanks for coming on my podcast. But before you go, what's your thoughts on now that you kind of been exposed to magic? What do you think kids are missing out there? We got like 5 more minutes, but what do you think kids are missing to be open to the things we've talked about, or like be more insightful with the things that we've talked about? What do you think kids are missing to be able to unlock some of these things?
Well, what I think they're mostly missing is just they don't know this stuff, right? Like you said, it's kind of hard to think about it on your own without like guidance, like to just think about it. So I think just like not being able to understand the different things, like what you explained to me, like since they don't know what those things are, then they can't process it and they can't deal with it.
So if I bought you like a book like this, like and I gave you like one of these to have on your own, do you think that would make a difference? Like if you had something like this to show people?
Yeah,
I think maybe I'll get you one.
Yeah, because I mean, if that's the thing too, though, because there's a lot of people where you would show them this, but they wouldn't.
Which is why it has to be secret. Do you see like everybody there, right? Everybody downstairs right now. Mm-hmm. What do they think we're talking about? Again, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about what? Real stuff.
Yeah, it is real stuff.
This is real stuff, right? And they're talking about what? And again, they don't. You have to almost keep it a secret.
Yeah. Because
having it a secret, like you want to know, it makes them want to what?
It makes them want to.
It's Fight Club. It's Fight Club and what's even funnier too, we start saying basic ass words like the word and the truth and the light, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they have no idea.
Yeah.
And when I talk about demons, they're like demons, and like
that's the thing too. It's like all these words, they have like bad stigma, right? Or like people are like, oh, demons, like you're crazy, you're just talking about like random stuff. But it's just like you're just putting it into perspective with like words that you already know, like that you're familiar with.
Exactly.
You know? Like it's not like they're not like literal demons, but it's just like demons very similar to what like these like they're like what you would think of like a demon in like a movie, right?
Yes.
So you just call them a demon.
We used to call them animal, and we used to call them our animal spirits, like the bear in me or the eagle in me or whatever. Like they've always had different ways.
It's just a word. It's not really, but the idea is what matters, you know. It's
yes, like greed. You can see someone that's greedy. They make a fucking face. They're like, no, it's mine. Like we all have seen that. You might as well take anger and call it a demon's name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you see this face? That's this. You see this face? That's this demon. Yeah. And that's the same thing. Except what makes it more magical is that we know that there's an association here. We know what causes it. And if we can figure out this, then we know, oh, it comes from here. It comes from here. Like, these are the laws that bound this. This is where it comes from. Instead of that's just a feeling you're having today. No, hell no. Like, there's something deeper. Like, where is this coming from? Why is it here? And again, they want to make it seem so frou-frou. Oh, you do yoga? Me too at Pilates. Because again, they're using these terms to take away their power. Mm-hmm. Because they don't actually want you doing real yoga. What is real yoga?
What is it? I don't even know.
It's when you activate your kundalini. Mm. What you do is like, have you ever seen the Avatar, the Last Airbender? Yeah. When he's fucking floating in air?
Yeah.
You can almost do that. I've done it before. I'm not even fucking with you. 100%. So what you do is like you sit here and you'll end up doing this. And so I'll be doing that. And I'll be moving. I can feel the energy like flowing through me. I'll start feeling a whoosh, a whoosh. And I'll start feeling my body tingle up my body. I'll start feeling tingling here. I actually start feeling burning coming out of my hands. Burning. I'll start shaking because you start shaking the frequency of it. And then you just go and and then you start like locking in. Your body will start locking in like this and start vibrating. And then you start just fucking tripping. Like you start seeing stuff. You start living in other universes. I start seeing sign and symbolism. I start like going into my body. I can actually feel like I'm here.
Yeah.
And my body's like over here. I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. and I could be here for like half an hour or more, and it'll feel like an eternity. Like I'll just be here in like another world of existence, just as much as a dream can feel like it lasted what?
An eternity.
How does that work? Because time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the other side, time doesn't matter there. You could have a whole lifetime there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know. You could trip out on a certain drug for 12 minutes, being on different. You have a whole life happen in front of you.
Yeah.
You experienced all of it, but you never were there. But the time doesn't matter in the dream. It only matters when you're here. See? So that's why time doesn't matter in the dreamland. Because you can have eternities there. And it feels like it's just one night.
Yeah. That's it.
See, I'll look into getting you one of these books.
Yeah, for sure.
You can help the kids figure things out. Yeah, especially because, again, a lot of these things, you're going to see them in your schools, but they're not going to tell you what. They're not going to tell you what their body's a temple, but they don't literally tell you what. The body's the temple. The temples were set up like bodies. Yeah. Like, that's why they called it that. Like, even when you're doing your, like, connection, right? This is actually how it works. All the inward stuff, this whole thing, this is how it works. Positive and negative, all of that. And when you know how to activate it, woo, you will see things, hear things, experience things. Oh, you know what's another crazy concept? What age, do you know what age schizophrenia usually starts? 20 to 24. What did I tell you about the Kundalini? The third eye.
It opens when you're 25.
But they're the crazy ones.
I see.
And they're always talking who? God.
You're right.
And they're always hearing what? And so maybe they're not that crazy. We just don't know how to appreciate the fact that they're a medium. And why would you want to poison the minds of mediums? Why would you want to poison the minds of these people that are hearing voices and experiencing entities? If we believe in religion, then we can believe that they're actually talking to people. We can believe they have extra sensitivities. But again, if we believe them that we can poison their mind and zap them away, then they won't want to believe in those things anymore, even though they have a lot more access to that divinity than we ever did. That's why kids with autism are like the human computers. Yeah, they were the supercomputers. ADHD was the one that could connect all the dots. That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay, what's that word? Oh, yeah, that's how that works. See, that's how we would work together.
Let's see.
Yeah, we were.
That's the thing too. Like nowadays, we just treat everything as like if you're not this specific way, like the way like a person's supposed to be, then you're wrong, or like you're not supposed to be that way. Like people with autism, ADHD, like schizophrenia, like you said, you just treat those people as crazy people, and you like set them aside
because they see the symbols,
they see things like
the signs, they make the connections, and nobody listens to them. How many people have been saying the elites are pedophile, rapists? God, baby killing, like Satanist, for a long time, and everyone's like, "That's crazy talk." They've been saying this for like 40 years, and I don't think that's crazy talk anymore. Now I'm like, "Damn, bro, it's so obvious in your face. It's kind of embarrassing, actually."
It is embarrassing.
And so all these people we called crazy, you have to go back and say, were they really crazy? I've even had schizophrenic patients that I've worked with, and once I teach them how to activate their divinity, they start healing. They start saying, "Yeah, I'm like for God, but like now I understand what God is, and I'm protecting my energy, and I'm just appreciating it."
Yeah,
that's it. They don't feel crazy. They just work with the craziness. They work with the feelings. Yeah, because they were meant to feel more anyways.
The thing that like when you label someone as crazy, like they have like they think it's bad, right? And so you want to suppress what you feel, like you don't want to think what you think. But it's not that like you're supposed to push it away. It's that you're just embrace.
Más o menos. See, they always want you to be más o menos, and never what. You're never what. Enough. Until you finally learn what enough is
enough. Enough is enough. That's cake.
We'll help people, man. We're gonna change things.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks, man. Thanks, Alex, for coming.
I got you.
Yeah, dude. There you go. We did it. We finished.